Hiya! Just checked, there's loads of people online at the moment, which is really good. So I'm probably about 8 minutes late. Slap, slap, slap. So, gotta get better at that, whatever's going on in my life. So, how is everyone after the eclipse? The shame we couldn't see it because it was so cloudy, but on the South Bank last night it was incredible. Everyone was like celebrating, and so go write those affirmations and make sure you get your desires and your wants. Got my chili with me today. Mwah. This is my chili. It's a massive symbol in Italy and Sicily, the horn. Hi, Lauren. And this is going to bring you good luck and protect you. And that's really important with what we're talking about this week with mental health, to make sure we put a light of protection on us. Gold is really protective. White, always have the light in you to protect you as well. And call on those angels and ask for protection. So do those affirmations and command that we get what we want. I would like, or I command love, or whatever it is. I said needy yesterday, and that was really naughty actually. I shouldn't have said that. What we don't want to be doing is projecting that we lack something, so we want to command it and say that that's what we're looking for in relationships and anything else you need and want. So it's a command that we're not lacking these things, because we have to fill that cup ourselves. So today what I want to talk about is addictions, and it could be in many different ways. Hi Otto! I need a glass of wine. I should do that. You do the coffee, I should do the glass of wine. That'd be good. Palmer with a glass of wine. Lovely to have you on here. Love your messages as well and your Facebook lives. So addictions, the first thing to think about is, like everything we talked about this week with mental health, you're not alone. Not alone. I mean, seriously, I think everyone's got a vice. Everyone's got something that they need, and they do. As long as it's not harming you or anyone else, then it's okay. And that's what I'm talking about, quirky, and it's got to be obsessive, and it's got to be good, but in a good way. So as long as it's not harming anyone. So wine is good, yes. I haven't got a glass of wine or a gin tea or anything with me. In the park again. I do love the park. Okay, so how many people can have addictions? 1 in 3. So, it's really, really high. And so what does addiction mean? Not having control, not overdoing or taking or using something to the point where it could be harmful to you. Okay, so that's really, really important. So addiction could be gambling, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be cigarettes. You could get addicted to work, believe it or not. Some people do. The internet, social media, we could get addicted to that. Solvents, inhaling things that we shouldn't be inhaling. Shopping. Oh my God, guys, don't forget, shopping is an addiction. I'll talk about that in a minute. Bad relationships, that is definitely an addiction. Being drawn to the wrong person and kind of repeating the same pattern, and self-destructive. So that's why we have to fill the cup and love ourselves, so that we don't keep making the same mistake. And until you fill your cup, you're not going to attract the person you truly, truly want. Sex addicts. Michael Douglas is a famous sex addict, isn't he? So sex could be an addiction, can't it? But probably it isn't about sex. It's about intimacy, and it's about being close to someone, and that's something that someone might be lacking, so they want it again and again. Yes. Xbox, gaming, addiction, and we have to be really, really conscious of that for young people and for older people as well. But of course it can be addictive. You could spend the whole day on it and just get lost in it. So gaming is a big one, and I suppose it's something that becomes habitual because it gives you a hit, and it is pleasurable. I suppose you get that hit and you want it again and again and again. And this is the thing I've been thinking about with all this, and mental health and anxiety and anorexia and all these things that we can have. It's the feeling it gives you, and that's the thing. And when something feels good, it's so hard to kind of stop it. You don't want to stop it because you just love that feeling because it makes you feel good. But we also have to remember with a lot of those feelings and a lot of those kind of addictions we've just talked about, you come down and you've got to have downtime as well as having the highs and the hits. It's when you come down and how you manage that. So I think it's very important that we do work on understanding you're going to have downs, and what we want to try and get is this even keel, yes, with a bit of excitement, but you stay centered in yourself. And I think that's really, really important, because when you're centered you can have massive excitement and you can have those hits, but you don't want to have the lows, you don't want to have those blues. So it is a feeling. So let's try and embrace good feelings, good practices, good strategies, and so that we can stop these addictions that are not good for us. So with an addiction, obviously we know it's an addiction because when you try and withdraw from it, it hurts and it's painful. And that's for all those addictions that I talked about, in even relationships. If something's good and you want it, but someone else doesn't want it, it's painful. So it's how you deal with that pain. But I think, resilience is probably one of the most important things to learn. You will feel pain, because if it wasn't good, you wouldn't be doing it. So ultimately, you've got to have resilience, and you've got to know hi, Rachel, and you've got to know how to manage that. So resilience comes from troubles and things that have gone wrong. Hi, Brittany, and things that have gone wrong in your life. So learning resilience is a massive, massive, important skill set. And I think in this day and age, with a lot of kids, we haven't learned that. You can overcompensate for kids and mollycoddle them, and that's not good, because we need to build up their strength. And that's why I keep putting out there about the warrior. We all have to learn to be the warrior, the lion, and how to be strong, but you only learn that through adversity, actually. So the more things that happen to you, the more you go, wow, I can cope with that. Or challenging yourself. Rachel, I just saw you pop up running, doing the marathon. My daughter's just got right behind me, so you can see her. So Serafina, you're going to distract everyone. Can you move out of the way, please? Not good. I'm talking serious things today. Thank you. So it's I know, here we go. We've got the other one coming now. No. So okay, this is about addiction. So go way to the other end of the park. Guys. Okay. See you later. Sorry about that. So understanding that you have to build strength and you have to build resilience. You have to be resilient to cope with these things, and only when you have found that, and then that's all part of the self-loving. You go, wow, I managed to do that, so I can probably achieve this, and it empowers you. So the more you challenge yourself, and I've spoken about challenging yourself this week, in the last 17 days now, but the more you challenge yourself, the more you realize how strong you are, the more your mindset grows, and you go, wow, I can achieve that, so I can do the next thing. And this is why it's small steps. Every time you achieve small steps, you realize that you have the strength, the character, and that will make you love yourself more and make you realize how powerful you are and how amazing you are. So, remember that. It's really, really key. So withdrawal symptoms, obviously you're going to crave, coming off alcohol, cigarettes or anything. That's, coffee, alcohol, anything you're doing, you're going to crave it and urge it. And how do you control that? How do you control those urges? And that is, again, that's why doing these kind of challenges or cleanses or detox is good, because you say to yourself, look, I'm not having alcohol for 10 days. Well, let's just start with 2 days. Right, achieve that for 2 days. Thank you, Otto, for agreeing. I've done that for 2 days. Let's try 3 days. Let's try 4 days. Let's try 5 days, 6 days. And the more you push it, you go, wow. And you realise, and that's not to say you might never go back to having a drink. You may not. Some people go, that's it, I'm not doing it again. Or you might think, well, I can control it now and I can have a really nice drink with my friends, but I'll put it back again. I don't need to do it. So it's making these habits that are destructive, not habits and then finding good habits to replace them. But also if you come off, and you come away from your challenge and you cave in and you have an urge or you do something, it doesn't matter, because tomorrow's another day and you start again. So I think we must stop being so hard on ourselves. We must stop putting so much pressure on ourselves, our own worst critiques, and that critter brain, tell it to shut up, because seriously, you're allowed to make mistakes. So if you just literally come off the rails, derail, it doesn't matter, start again. And as eventually you will find that level where you can go, I don't need it, I don't want it. But we mustn't crucify ourselves for making that mistake or going back again. So make sure you're kind to yourself and love yourself. Be nice to yourself and treat yourself as you would treat someone else, and support them. So, how can this addiction, any of these addictions I've spoken about, affect, and what will they cause, and what kind of impact? Well, obviously relationships, a breakdown of relationships, not just your family, but your own relationships with a partner, with work. You might not be able to go back to work, so they do impact you. And also I think it's a vicious circle. We go round and round in circles, punishing ourselves, so we can't do that. What does this all represent? It's blocking out issues. So basically, anything you do, this cheeky monkey's on with today, anything you do, any sort of addiction or anything you have, it's about blocking out issues, which I talked about yesterday. It's because we need to release those issues. We need to talk about them. Seriously, girls, you need to go away. Okay, because I'm talking serious stuff here. No, I am. So, okay, be serious then. You can listen, but be serious. Okay, so that's her serious face. That's her serious face. Okay, so what it all means. Hi, Festus. How are you? Thank you for messaging me today. Thank you for letting me think about and processing that as well. Always good to talk to you. Always good to listen to your Facebook lives and what you discuss as well. So yeah, all of this with addiction is definitely blocking out any issues. So we do need to confront them. We do need to talk about them. We need to reflect, and that's always in a quiet time. It's always good to reflect in a quiet time. I'm going to turn myself around here because they're being naughty. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
Okay, so stress can cause it. Obviously, stress is a huge one. A huge one. Festus says, I'm good and better than the best. And that's true as well. I might just stand up and start walking around because I've got these monkeys with me. I'm good and I'm better than the best, and I can be the best version of myself. And those affirmations are so important. So thank you for sharing that with us. Rana, hello, how are you? So stress can cause it, obviously can. And this is where we have to take those strategies, put them in place, and really, 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 really think about how are you going to get rid of that stress, recharge your batteries. Emotional problems can cause you to have addictions. Pressure, definitely pressure, putting too much pressure on yourself, high expectations of yourself. I know we always want to be the better version of ourselves, but also we've got to be realistic. So keep thinking of the brown, keep thinking of the grounded, and keep getting in touch with nature, and just reflect all the time. Is it treatable? Of course it's treatable. Any addiction is treatable. It can take years though. Like I said about me with, and I've had addictions, believe me. I've tried most things, to be honest with you. And it is treatable. So there's groups out there, and I think self kinds of therapy is really good. Hi, Charlie. It's really important to self-develop, but actually going to groups where you're with people, like-minded people, and sharing your story is really, really important, because it makes you realize that actually, it is normal, like I said right at the beginning, and all different people, walks of life, are affected by it and how they manage it. And I suppose if you're with people that are in that situation, what happens in the end is that you connect with those people and you support one another, and you have someone which is accountable for you. So you have accountability, so you can say, okay, or you've got someone that isn't in your family, or someone that you're in a relationship with, and you can phone them or text them and go, I've got that urge, what can I do? I really want to do it. And you can talk it through. And even if you do make a mistake and go back, let's just say it's alcohol, like I say, tomorrow's another day. Start again and rediscover yourself and reflect on it and think, okay, I crashed and burned, but it's okay. I'm normal. It does happen. So remember, that is really, really key as well, to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself all the time. You're human. So yes, food, nutrition, absolutely. Proven again and again, food is really, really important. Nutrition is really important. Creating good habits, being surrounded by like-minded people. I spend a lot of time with really inspiring people. I have to learn from others, and I'm blessed that I've met so many people online as well. But I go out of my way, even when I'm feeling sluggish or tired, to go and meet people face to face. Tomorrow I'm going to a motivational speaker as well, going to see someone. I make time to develop constantly. And, you know, I was with a wonderful woman last night called Anika. We were talking. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are, you'll never stop developing. You'll never have all the answers, and you'll never get it right, and you'll make mistakes. I'm still making mistakes, but that makes me human. That makes me real, it makes me authentic. But actually, they're all lessons that are making me the best version of myself. But it will take me years, and that's great, because I don't ever want to stop learning. So, and that's who I'm about. And I think, you know, we all need to keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward. 2 steps forward, you might take a step back. I'm going to do it as I walk, but you to keep going forward. So you might take 4 steps forward, and then you might take 2 steps back, but then you'll go another 6 steps forward. So keep moving forward. Absolutely. So support groups are amazing. They are, Otto. I agree with you. So really nice to be with any kind of group, just to talk things through, to listen and to learn from others. I learn all the time from others. I'm always listening to other people. I'm always listening to podcasts, webinars, always reaching out there going, I can't do this, I don't know how to do this, or I'm feeling vulnerable at this moment. And so we all need to be coached, and we all need to be aided and helped. So nutrition, good habits. Let's understand that it takes a long time to break a habit, and that's why usually they say do a 30-day or a 90-day, because that's transformational. So try and get from like 5 to 20 to 30 to 60 to 90. That would be amazing. And if you have a slip up, it doesn't matter. Just embrace it and laugh it off. So the key thing about addictions is, you know, it's the same as the whole of what I've been talking about all week with mental health. And I still think with me, it's a rebellious thing. It's my biggest thing, is being rebellious. Whenever I'm under pressure, and I am at the moment, whenever I'm stressed, or whenever someone's kind of suffocating me, or I feel I'm overwhelmed, it's a rebellious. It's the way I kind of ping back and respond. But I'm getting better at it, and I'm working on my weaknesses to make them my strengths. And sometimes, yes, I do, and I make the mistakes, or I go back, but I very quickly can have the awareness. And like I said before, as long as you've got the awareness and you see what you're doing, it doesn't matter. So keep striving, keep working on yourself, keep loving yourself. You will attract the right energy all the time. Surround yourself with the right people. Go and find the support groups. And it's so easy now online as well. And you'll realize that, you know, these addictions, most people have them, and like I listed them, there's so many of them, but it's all part of the world. So resilience is probably one of the most important things, because when something happens, you need to find and go to your anchors, like I said, and go to those strategies that will make you the better person and make you feel truly blessed, and not get stuck and go, oh my gosh, I totally let myself down, I've gone backwards. You never go backwards. You just might have a moment where you need to do something that you used to do to make you feel good, but you will carry on because you've learned. So good habits, go and create good habits. Have a lovely evening. Tomorrow I'm with this motivational speaker, which I'm so excited about, a guy called Andy Harrington. So going early in the morning to have breakfast with about 10 of us, and then I'm listening to him talk all day. So possibly on the way home, I don't know what time it's finishing, I can't remember, maybe 5. Let's do, what should we talk about tomorrow? I think we'll go through the whole thing because it's Sunday, and look at nutrition, look at the mind and how we can cleanse that, and look at certain foods as well. So we'll do that tomorrow. So mwah, lovely speaking to you all, and thank you for connecting. Thank you for your points of view. Why don't you, if it's gambling, put a number 1. If it's bad relationships, number 2. If it's, I've got to look at my notes now because my mind goes blank. I get so involved and then I go blank. So I just have a look at my notes because I did do this. If it's drugs, it will be number 3. If it's cigarettes, it's number 4. If it's maybe gaming, do did I say 5? 5 or 6, and that way then I can see, and if you want to talk to me we can talk about it. So strategies there, habits need to be broken and recreated to make us feel good about ourselves. Good habits, good routines, good rituals. Mwah! Bless you. Have a great evening. Bye.